What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Miss Bree.
What up, man? It's your boy Chosen on the beat.
And you just pulled up to the Chop Shop.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Another brother, man.
Yeah.
The homie, the legend, Dego legend.
Dego legend.
In this mother right now. Tell me who's in this motherfucker right now.
My name is Lan. They also know me as Yellow. This is actually my first like Sandiego podcast, I think.
Word.
Okay.
I've done, yeah.
Word. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
Honored.
I know. I feel. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
I made the time. I just had time. I'm down here for no reason, you know.
That's what's
You
up,
came for
man.
us. No, wait.
All the way
I
from
definitely did too, yeah.
Dego home, but all the way from LA, doing this thing out in LA, man. We got Land in the building. Glad to have you, bro. Glad to
Yes.
have you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, definitely. I appreciate you guys because you guys always bring me into anything you guys do as much as possible too. Whenever you guys have something going on or some type of trouble you guys need, that if I have the access to, I'll try my best to like provide as best I can.
No, I know, man.
Hell yeah,
Too
man.
many memories.
Too many. Land, I need you to do the video.
I know.
Now I need you to redo the video.
I know.
Land, now I need you to go and direct the director of the director of the
Director
video.
of the video. Oh my God, I know.
Lan, what do you think about this?
I know.
Land, hey, how much does this cost, Land?
Lan, do you have any models? You know any bitches?
Oh my God, I know. I
Land,
know.
hey, plug me, Land. I saw you with a Nipsey Hussle. Plug me, Land. Let me get a feature. You know.
And then that's when he doesn't respond.
Oh no, like
just fucking with you.
I have people out here in San Diego, especially a lot of artists or artists I went to high school with or something like that. They'll come up to me because they see me with like I you know, like, not to name drop, I've been around like TDE and stuff a lot.
Yeah.
With what I've done, so they would come to me and try to give me their mixtape. Hey, give this to Top. I'm like, bro, I don't even talk to Top. The fuck, like, I know his son. I don't talk to Top. Like, I've talked to him like maybe a handful of times. I can count like on my hand how many times I've talked to him. Right. So
Yeah.
I don't know, and they think I can just go do it for him. I'm just like, bro, you've never hired me for a video. You want me to hand your mixtape to him?
Right.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I used to get mad at Land all the time because Land would talk, you know, he would just say real shit about the artists in San Diego. And I was just like, dude, what the hell, man? Can you fucking...
Chosen hated me.
I was mad because, you know,
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
He
No.
told me why. He's like, bro, I done helped so many people.
Exactly.
I done discounted my services. I didn't try to do whatever I can. These artists are lazy, bro. They entitled and they expect the world. And I'm frustrated because they not doing what they supposed to do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So when he hit me with that, I'm like, oh shit. And he's been to San Diego longer than
no.
me. I mean,
Yeah.
dude, bro, we go back to freaking decos with bro. You know what I'm saying? Like T-Mobile. You know what
Even
I'm
before
Yeah.
Decos, yeah, I was out. Yeah, I was selling cell phones out here too. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? This dude been doing, he was the promoters before the promoters, man. So when, you know, all the 18 and up, you know what I mean, and all the artists going to
Exactly.
do parties at his shows, that's bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Even like I was helping artists back then too, just to open up at shows. And you know, like now, you know, I'm sure you've guys been around a lot of promoters where it's like you got to pay to play or you got to sell this many tickets or
Right.
like it's $500 to open. I didn't really do none of that shit. Like I usually handpick the artists that I like that will actually turn up. I'm not gonna put no boring artists doing like there's certain artists that are made for certain things. Like I'm not gonna put a conscious artist to perform something and you know, like before the New Boys or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
No, of
or
course
Soldier
not.
Boy or something. Like I'd rather put something that kind of goes with that flow. So I would always make sure I handpick artists that actually has music that goes with the same thing as the headliner. So it kind of builds them up, but it's also the same people that are there to listen to the main artist and they kind of like, oh, this local artist has like music that's kind of dope like the headline. And then like I'll ask them like, bro, can you sell like 10 tickets? You know what I mean? Like even if they don't, there's some artists that just, like I said, lazy. Like they don't even sell it. They'll just hand me back all 10.
No,
and I
yeah.
still let them perform. Like I don't even trip like that because I know I'll bring the crowd. Like I was one of those promoters that I knew the crowd would come out for me, but I still wanted like, hey, like at least kind of give them a little bit of like hustle or something to like get something done. Cause
Yeah.
it got to a point like a lot of their music started to like spread out towards like the LA area, the Orange County or the Inland Empire area. And that was kind of hard for us to do because San Diego, I always say we're the redheaded stepchild of Southern California.
Right.
Like they look at us like,
Right, we're a bag.
Exactly.
When artists are like starving, like, yo, we need a quick bag. They come here to San Diego, book three promoters, 3 different clubs out here. Just eat. And then the promoters, anybody need a feature? Get the feature.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just rape us and then go back to the LA. You know what I'm saying?
And
but what's crazy is a lot of these big artists, like they secretly come down here not even having a show, and they'll go hit the studio. Like Nipsey would actually come down here a lot without even having a show, just to mess with a lot of the artists down here and just vibe. Like he'll be down here for like a weekend. Like other artists have came down here too. A lot of TD art, like I didn't even know one of the TD artists are like, yeah, I was messing this little girl in La Mesa. I'm like, La Mesa? What the hell? So that's what it's called. But like, I'll be out there all the time. I'm like, okay, that's random. But yeah, they come down here. Like San Diego is like a getaway from like the glitz and glam, but still has a nice like relaxed base without anyone chasing them down trying to ask for a picture or something like that. Like sports athletes come down here a lot. Like everyone, like it's amazing like what we have. We just don't notice it because we're not as popular and we're so much bigger and spread out that they could be anywhere. We just won't see them. Like LA County and Orange County and Inland Empire is the size of all of San Diego, like size wise.
Really? Oh, I didn't realize that. For some reason in my head, I'm thinking LA is bigger than San Diego.
Their population is bigger, but that's why everyone's like living too close to each other. Yeah, there's no room to build houses. Like here, we have plenty of room to build more houses. They're trying to build Amazon out here, right? Like they're actually building Apple out here.
Why can't they open up a freaking stadium so we have a football team again, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why can't they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's more the ownership. He wanted to be in LA. He did that on purpose so he can give an excuse to move out to LA.
San Diego downtown ain't been the same since the Chargers left, bro. I say that. You know, when the Chargers was here, you know what I'm saying, it was pretty lit. You know what I mean?
Honestly, the Padres are way more lit now than even the Chargers. Like,
we ain't got a basketball team.
Tonight is their 11th sold out night of the season so far.
Well, that stadium is amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's a beautiful stadium.
I don't even like baseball. I go to the stadium, they had good food, and trust me, if I'm very picky with my food. Bro, they had everything in there. I had Petco Park.
It's a vibe, even in the cheap seats. It's a vibe.
I mean, we're ranked like 3 years in a row top basebal park in all of America.
It's
like
a dope-ass park.
Yeah, and there's like 12 different types of 30 types of beer there. Like, and I don't even drink like that. So San Diego's a pretty big known for like brewing beer.
No, that's true. Yeah, there's a couple places around here.
A lot of breweries.
Yeah, a lot of breweries.
People love it.
I'm a little punk when it comes to brother. I got my Dos Equis
you in San Diego now, so
Dos
Equis, Modelo.
Looking at me like, you don't drink beer? What? That ain't beer. That's piss water. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I got to get my beer game up, man, for real.
All good.
But so speaking of the things that you've done, like what got you into being a director and videography and stuff like that? Like what when you started into where you at now? Like what made you decide you wanted to do that?
I mean, it honestly started as like a kid, like just like my fascination of filmmaking started in like second grade. So when I was young, like I didn't grow up with money and stuff like that too. And I grew up in East San Diego before like I moved to La Mesa in my like later childhood. Mm-hmm. So in East San Diego, like at the time it was like a lot more like active than it is now. Not saying it's still not, but like it was a lot more active back then when I was younger. So my mom was at home. We were living with my grandma and a bunch of aunts in one house. And like my dad wasn't home. Like he would work out of town, so I rarely see him. So my mom wouldn't let me play like outside or with the neighbors or anything like that, because like it's all mostly apartment complex and just a bunch of like just like kids outside. So she wouldn't let me play with none of them. So I'd have to stay inside and just like all I had to do was like was watch TV at home. That was like just my only access, and we didn't even have cable. So I was like,
5 channels.
No, we didn't even have an antenna. So I used to use what I did was like, this was like second grade, like just learning how to like create like my own type of antenna. So I would take like like the coaxial cable, it has like the little needle in the middle.
Yeah.
So I would take like a key and touch it on the needle and then move it around, and I'd get like the perfect reception. And then like I'll find like the right reception for each channel, put a piece of tape and write channel 5, channel 6.
Wow.
Fit it there everywhere just to kind of figure out like how to make the channel. So my grandma will come on. She loves Cops. The show Cops on channel 6.
Yeah.
So I would like move it over here to watch it with her and stuff like that too. But during that time, like I said, like my mom wasn't like, she was like working like in a sweatshop sewing clothes and stuff. So we couldn't afford to do a lot of stuff. And then one time my uncle he wanted to take like some of the family to go to Universal Studios, and it was my first time going there. You know, first thing we did was the tram ride, and back then, like on channel 5 or 69, when you don't have cable, the WB or whatever it's called now, they would play like old movies, and one of the old movies they used to play was Back to the Future, and I used to love watching it. It was like one of the only like one of the only good movies I liked watching as a kid that they would show. And then, you know, when they take you on the tram ride, you go through the city where Back to the Future is, awesome. And you see it, and I'm just like, you know, like as a kid, like, wow, this is where they make, you know, Back to the Future was shot. So just in my mind, that was kind of cool. Just the idea
Clock
that
Tower
I'm here,
and go being seen
exactly.
All that.
Just seeing all that was just like, wow, that's cool. But then it didn't lead into like being a filmmaker. It kind of led to more like, I started to like draw a lot. Like in second grade, I was a good artist, so I loved to draw, and I used to watch a lot of cartoons or like Nickelodeon or something like that too. Yeah. So I'll try to like learn how to like redraw some of these characters and stuff. And then in my mind, I wanted to be at the time I called it being a cartoonist, but you know, it's an animator. You'd be like a 2D animator. And then it led into like, I saw this, it was like a short documentary on how they make The Simpsons. And then I just saw how long it takes to make just one episode. It took like 8 months to make one episode back in the day, and then they would send it out to Korea to get it made.
Oh, really?
And that's how they make each episode. And I'm just like, damn, that's a lot of fucking drawing. And then I think by like 4th, 5th grade, I just gave up on that idea. Yeah. And then I just kind of went through life as a kid, just like being a kid all the way into high school. Even to high school, I just didn't think back to like filmmaking or anything like that. But like throughout that time, I started playing with like the little family camera and stuff like that too, and just editing little fun stuff. And then like through high school, that's where it led to like, you know, we started listening to more like rap music as we got older and had more access to it. And then, you know, I was into like G-Unit and all that. And then like during that time, you know, I was still about the West Coast music, but we didn't really have like a big West Coast artist during that time period where like G-Unit and all that was out, like Dipset. Right. And the only artist that really popped off was The Game.
Yeah.
So he had, and this one they were dropping mixtapes and stuff. So he had this dope record with like Eazy-E that they'd sampled to make like a record, and it was like one of my favorite songs throughout high school. Like football practice, I would listen to before games. So then I was just like, damn, they don't have like a music video for it. So I just took like clips of like music videos from like The Game and Eazy-E, and you know at the time there's no YouTube, so I'm like going through like. At the time it was like Morpheus or LimeWire or whatever, just to download like the music video itself, take clips and turn it into like a music video, and then uploaded it. And then YouTube barely just came out, so I uploaded on there and just called it a day. And it just started running up numbers. I think it has like, it's an old page I don't even have access to, but the video's still up, and it has like a lot of numbers on it too. And then by my junior year, like I went to Helix High School. So Helix High School, you have to basically kind of figure out what your career is early, because it's it's a college, it's like
charter.
Yeah, it's a charter school. So what they do is everything is like college level. Right. So like so every class is really preparing you for a college class. So they kind of want you to kind of pick your idea of where you want to go or want to be or go to school for, and then they have like sub classes that will teach you into that field that you're going to, on top of like doing your regular general education stuff. Wow. At the time, I was like, I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I ended up like, my dad always wanted to be an engineer. My mom's like, yeah, they make a lot of money. Asian parents like, go where it makes a lot of money. Like, you want to be a doctor? I was like, no, I don't like blood. So I was like, all right, I was like, you want to be a lawyer? He's like, man, I can't even argue against you right now. So like, how should I be a lawyer? Right. So my dad was like, I want to be an engineer. I always want to be an engineer. They make a lot of money. You should be an engineer. And I'm like, okay, I'll be an engineer. But at the time, I was like, I didn't know like what an engineer was. And then like when I started doing classes, there's like a lot of math that goes to it. And I wasn't bad at math, but it got to a level of math. Once I get to that level, I was like, all right, this is really hard. And it got to the point where like, I can't do this anymore. It's too much math. And then my dad was like, well, what kind of engineer were you going to be? I was like, there's more than one kind. I thought an engineer is just an engineer. Like I was just like, no, because I had never understood it. And then at the end of my junior year, I sat with my parents and I told them like, I can't do this. I think I had to sit there and really think like, what do I really like? At the time I was doing a lot of like video editing just on my own. Like I downloaded like a software called Sony Vegas, which was like, cause at the time I was using a PC or Windows. Oh, right. That was like the only thing that really, only video editing program that really worked, but there was no tutorials or nothing. There's no YouTube. I was just playing it on my own. So then I sat down with them. I told them like, hey, I want I want to do like this filmmaking thing or whatever. And they were telling me like, do they make money? I was like, I know like there's Steven Spielberg and stuff, but right. Like who knows if you're gonna be up there or not? Like, not saying that they're trying to discourage me, but like that, they're giving me a reality check, and I'm like, right. Yeah, you're right, but like if I become exactly, yeah. But like they were pretty supportive, like compared to like other Asian parents. I think they kind of knew me. I was already a little different than a lot of like my cousins and stuff like that. I was kind of a black sheep, so they're like, you know what, let's go ahead, just go to school and continue and do it. Just make sure that like this is what you're gonna do. You gotta like go hard on it. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. So
that's great.
My senior year, I just kind of finished school and changed classes and stuff, passing all my classes there, and then ended up going to San Diego State, and then transferred to like another film school and just graduated from there. Which actually like this year or this month would be 10 years since I graduated college.
Oh wow,
it's crazy. That's why I'm like, damn, I feel old.
That's stupid. I mean, you accomplished that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. And the thing is that you actually tried the other things. So it's not like you just said, I don't want to do that. You tried doing the other avenues that your parents wanted to encourage you to go to. So I think that goes to show. I mean, I don't think I've ever listened to my parents. I was like, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
So
what's the misconception that people have, like artists, and they're like, well, do my video, and then you know what I'm saying, and then you tell them, okay, well, it's going to cost this much, you know what I'm saying, and they you know what I mean, like, people don't really know what goes into making, let's just keep it simple, making a music video,
right?
People just think, okay, you shoot and then you edit it and that's it, right? They don't understand how. Like
what is it steps that you have to go through, and what's like from start to finish, more or less, how you do a video?
I mean, one thing that artists don't ever do, a lot of artists that hit me up to ask for a video, I can tell I've never seen my videos before, because they'll ask me for stuff I've never done before. So that's one thing, and like, because I've had artists that will ask me for my price, and then, all right, can I see some of your videos? I was like, then what the fuck are you hitting me up for?
Oh my gosh!
If you would have hit me up, it's because you've seen my stuff. Like, I wouldn't hit any client
How
up.
many reels
or like,
you have? Like, you have so many.
Which I need to update.
I know, but
it's been over a year.
Reels that you show.
Right.
You have a resume that's very much online.
So
people
if they
can
didn't look at you. That's fucking stupid.
No, and I've had that plenty. That's like going to if a girl wants to go get her nails with someone, never seen her work, but ask her, okay, what have you done? Like, if this is how much you're charging. It's like, like, there's a reason why some people charge this price. Go look at my resume and then you'll see why. But I've had that before too. Or artists that will approach a director and they show another person's video and say, I want something like this, where it's like, if you've seen their videos, like, it doesn't like entail in the same thing.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, like, for example, like nowadays, a lot of kids love like VFX and like a bunch of like stuff. I don't do none of that.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I grew up like not even having access to that. Now more kids have access. I'm older, I'm seasoned, but not to the point where like, I can just jump on, just learn something new and just do all that. Cause I've already been doing like this stuff for so long that like jumping over this, I'd rather hire someone that knows how to do it and just incorporate in the video.
Right.
But like expecting like one person do the same work that someone else does is kind of weird. That's like me asking you to make these type of productions that you've never done before and expect it to be just like this other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what artists don't know is that, okay, yeah, I'm the videographer, I'm the director. Like, you're not just a videographer anymore. You pretty much are the director. So you find, hey, I need a shooter, I need a person to do this, or if I'm editing, this is what I do for editing. But if you want certain things else, this is going to cost you more. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This is something that I have to hire an editor for. You know
right.
what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand that. You know what I mean? And the reason why I'm asking is because I used to be one of those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, dead ass.
No, he was.
But I was ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know.
But I that's why I give people grace, because they like, you don't do what I do, so I don't expect you to understand. But it's like me not knowing what you do sometimes, so I can't expect you to understand. You can't expect me to understand what you do.
The first time I tried to edit a video, it took me like 7 hours to do like 6 minutes, or like not even 6 minutes. Like it was like a minute. It was very long. I don't really remember the try. Then I had a respect for the videographer. I'm like, okay, I am never gonna like try to downplay them, because it's like, yo, think about it. If you're used to getting $700 videos, okay, cool. That's probably one camera, one location, 4 hours of shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Probably like maybe that. You know what I'm saying? These people want to give you $700.
A very limited edit.
Right. Very limited. You know what I mean? Like, for example, he did my Rider video.
Yeah.
Right? I think I paid him crumbs.
Well,
I don't even remember. But I did it more for the love of anything.
I know. We know.
I know. But we had how many artists? 7 artists on there.
Something like that.
We had 7
different locations.
Bro,
Yeah.
Each artist wanted like their own creative, like whatever they're seeing. I was like, bro, we're shooting in the hood. Like you,
I know we got a time frame. You know what I mean?
It's crazy, bro. Then it's a 1 day shoot, 7 artists, 7 different locations, 1 day shoot. Like now that I'm understanding, I'm like, bro, like
there's not enough time in the day.
There's not enough time in the day, like, bro, like there's so
and you have to set up lights
Right.
and all that stuff, especially when you end up going to a location where it's dark. That last scene,
Right.
it's like, you know what I mean?
I guess what I'm getting at is like people have to realize what it really entails to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
it's not easy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then people want to talk shit about your prices, but not understand what entails in that.
Right.
Exactly. Especially if you're a one-man band.
Right.
And like there's, like they'll be like, oh, 1,500 is kind of a lot. I was like, add up all the hours of me just doing all the labor work by myself and shooting and traveling, the gas money, plus the hours I spent on editing, re-editing, because you don't like this, you don't like the way your face looks.
Exactly.
Uh,
Like take those hours divided by that 1,500. Like I might as well be working at McDonald's.
Dead ass.
No, yeah,
Before
no,
McDonald's
seriously.
went up to $20 an hour.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So no, dead ass serious. Like you think $1,500 is a lot? That ain't shit for
That
him.
ain't shit.
Because he still has to do work before the video. He has to, you know, sometimes you have to scout locations.
Exactly.
You got to create what's it called?
Storyboard?
Yeah, storyboarding.
Yeah.
If you do that.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have that shot list, all this other stuff you have to have prior to that. So that's hours.
I'll be honest, like if an artist pays me a certain amount, I don't do none of that.
Yeah.
I'm like, like you're not paying me enough to do all that. It's like, tell me locations, I'll make it look good. That's it.
Right.
But like, if you pay me more, of course, like I'll have that all set up.
Right.
But like, usually a shot list is more for like, kind of for me. But if I had a cinematographer and like a team, it's so it's a guide for them to see where to go. Also,
Right. Like when we did the perfect video for Talk. You know what I'm
First
saying?
Talk?
Yeah, I still like I paid it
was a substantial.
But
Yes.
I knew it still wasn't enough before
Right.
we had to fucking do.
it makes
Yeah.
sense.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt bad. It's like, dude, but you know what I mean? Like he likes to work with people. He works with artists, you know what I'm saying? Especially people he fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like I've gotten I've gotten blessed
Same
by
way.
land. But I've gotten blessed by land, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, because he's done a lot of stuff sometimes, you know what I mean, for me, and I just, you know what I mean, like I always want to make sure he's taken care of, you know what I'm saying, and I just want artists to know that your videographer or your director, man, they go through a lot to get your videos, and you got to really, like, you can't be cheap with these guys, man, because it's a lot of work that entails in just doing that shit, you know what I mean?
And then too, like when I have a team, I'm also even as like the lead or the director or whatever, I'm also the guy that's having to sacrifice too for like my team to make sure that they're fine, they're working, because I got to make sure they're happy. I don't give a fuck about my happiness as long as the client and my crew is happy. Like there's times where like, you know, we're going extra hours, so I'm taking out of my own, like whatever my cut would be, just paying them. Like honestly, like even because it was just such a hot day, I cut a lot of whatever I was even giving myself for that shoot to the rest of the team, just because of I felt bad. You know what I mean? Like it was hot. It was a hot day.
It was very bad.
I tried to do everything I can, though.
I
know you did. You had that fan. The whole team was by that fan.
Truck,
The freezer.
That big ass fan that was like mist.
That was an NFL fan.
I tried to do everything I can to make
No,
sure
you definitely did.
but it was
No, but they actually they were very grateful what you did though. That's why like they're like, whenever you guys want to do something else, let me know. But it's been a while since I worked with some of those guys too. Though,
Oh, that's so nice.
but you know, for like a lot of like the shoots that I've done, big shoots, all that, like there's times where I haven't paid myself just because like I think I'm more focused on why I make the video better. You know what I mean? Like it's like with me, it's just like when I see you put the effort on like putting money, making something good, like I respect that because that makes all of us look good. And I want to put a nice product with my name on it. Like at the end of the day, my name is on it. So if it looks like shit, I look like shit, just like everyone else. So I have to make sure that like if I have to like pull out some of my money, do that, like I'm not tripping. Like if I gotta like pay them extra to bring like a something that we can rent that will make it look good, I'll do that also. But yeah, there's many times like some of the biggest videos you probably seen I've done, probably I hadn't got paid for it because I probably use a lot like whatever my funds I would even give myself to make the video better.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes like my team don't know that, and then when I do tell them, or like my DP, they'll be like, no, because like I'll have cinematographers that are very bougie sometimes, like they want this and that and stuff like that, and I'll give them everything they need just to make sure that everything runs smooth. But you know, like of course it's gonna come out of my cut. So like when they find out I didn't get paid, they're like, no, why'd you? I was like, cause you motherfucker, you wanted this and this and this. Like this ain't cheap either. Like unless you have the hookup for it, I got it. You know, we got to take care of it.
Yeah.
But if you want it to look good, I know you're trying to put a cinematographer reel. you want that shot or you want that light or something that will make it look better, I will take out of my budget and give it to you so you can have that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it'll lead on to something better because someone's going to see it. You know what I mean? Once someone, like a bigger company sees it, they're going to like that, and then it'll lead to a bigger job.
Yeah. So, I think for you, I think you like more like working with the companies versus the music videos and stuff like that, right?
I mean, companies, like, sometimes, but you know, they can be really picky also too. And sometimes, like, nowadays with how social media and how we take in content and media nowadays, like, they don't even want all the extra stuff, and they're paying cheap now too. So
really?
it's almost not even better. The only difference is someone will pay on time or some don't pay on time, or you know what I mean. But and the only other good thing about it is that, like, if it's a bigger name, like a brand or company, it looks good on your resume. Okay. Like, oh, I did something for Nike, or I did something for
Adidas,
or something like that.
Yeah. And you know, one thing, you're the one that shot the what's his name? Oh my, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, right? You shot.
So that was
that was dope.
Yeah.
You know what was crazy? So this was at the time I was working at a big retailer for, and this is a story that I haven't said publicly, but I'll just do it now. It don't matter. I don't even work for him no more anyway. So I was working for a big, like, sneaker retailer. If you know, you know. You don't know, but I was basically their video director person, did all their video content, stuff like that. And then they had like a lot of retailers, they work with the brands and stuff like that too, like Adidas, Nike, whatever. Sometimes, they'll do like a special colorway just for that store or whatever, like their edition. So they had their own edition that was based off of so Adidas was promoting the Adidas Forum again to kind of bring back like an old school sneaker. And Forum, aka the Forum in Inglewood. So that's where the Lakers played at. So this company, they worked with Adidas to make their own Adidas, which was it was basically like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar inspired sneaker. So then once they did that, they set us out to go shoot this video for it. And then we went and did and stuff. I did my thing, whatever we're supposed to do. And then the guy that was my manager, he like wrote me up for that day. And I'm just like, for what? Because he was sitting there like, oh, well, you didn't put in like any input on ideas to on how to make the shoot better and stuff like that. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm the video guy, so I'm gonna tell myself how to make it better. Like, I'm out there shooting, you're sitting over here on your fucking phone,
right? And
you're saying I'm on my phone. I was like, we were playing knockout in the basketball court. It pissed me off. So then I just like kind of walked off, and I guess apparently they had a alley-oop with Adidas about possibly getting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for to do something with that sneaker also, just because like for years, like Adidas and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they just wasn't fucking with each other after like he left the NBA. They just had like a bad, like a sour taste in his mouth. And like the young people now are taking over from in Adidas, so they know his importance, so they brought him back in. So he basically was slowly coming back in, and then he went and my manager at the time, he went and like screwed it up and told him that Kareem is going to be doing it, telling like the higher ups, and then it made its way back to Kareem's manager, and Kareem's manager's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And basically told Adidas, no, we're shutting all this shit down and blah blah blah. And then almost screwed up everything for Adidas too. And then Adidas called back and told him, hey, no more Kareem, don't mention him or nothing on whatever video you're doing for the sneaker. Like, or if you're gonna do the video, you're gonna do the video. I made the video and I was cool. I finished that video for him, and I get a call from my boy, like a creative like partner in like in the space in LA, and he's like, hey, Lan, so I'm working with someone right now, and they need a video director with Adidas for this thing with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And I'm like, wait, they haven't done a video yet, or because I heard about it in the grapevine that they were working on something with Adidas, and they're like, no, they don't have anything set, and he still hasn't signed the contract. And I'm like, oh shit. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, he said, I don't know if you have the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So then they brought me in to direct like basically the first like campaign back with Adidas. So it was like 33 like sneakers of the Forum, but they hired this company called Factory 8386, where they took like all the like real Mitchell & Ness jerseys of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, cut it up, and then sewed it into the sneaker, and they only made 33 of them.
That shit crazy.
So they, basically it was commercial for that, and then they sold it for basically as charity as like a first like launch with him and stuff like that too. So I did the commercial and like basically the hype for it. So we did like a 2-day shoot one day with all of what's it called, like all like the big like sneaker influencers or sports influencers in LA to basically talk about it, and then one with Kareem, and then the photographer they had that day, his name is Atiba. I don't know if you heard of him before, but he's a big photographer. Started as a skate photographer, and now he's like doing like all the big photos. Like he does all of the Lakers media day photos, but he also does all like the Slam magazine. Atiba. So he like, you know, the famous photo with Kobe and Gigi like back to back. He did that. He did their whole shoot for that. But he does all Slam magazine. So he did like the J. Cole cover where he, you know, when he was playing in Nigeria. But you know, he's done a lot of photos. So he did all the photography. He had him himself as a photographer. He had a team of like 6 people.
Damn.
Yeah, had 5 different cameras, bunch of lights. They rolled up with like a big like sprinter of like just equipment and stuff. He had like 5 people handling computer, handling light. All he had to do was like, hey, could you move the light over here like 5 feet? And then I'm just like, damn. And I had like 2 guys doing video with me, and only one was allowed in because at the time it was still like, you know, COVID stuff a little bit, and they were still worried about it. But then got to work with him. We only had him for like 30 minutes. Did my thing with him, and then his manager. She loved me so much of what I did that she just brought me back to just work with her afterwards too. So I got to do a few things with Kareem and her on other stuff. Like, for example, I was the one that filmed the congratulations that he did to LeBron when he beat his thing. It was playing all over like the Staples Center.
I noticed that. You had
I was just like, oh shit, and it was crazy. It took us like 3 hours just to film that because like it was. I guess like with him, it's like you have to look in camera, but you know he can't just memorize something in his head, so he has to read off a prompter. But the prompter was like, it was like an iPad to the side of the screen. We didn't have nothing like right directly onto the lens, so we didn't want him like looking away and like making it look like like they requested, please don't make it look like he's reading off a teleprompter. So that was like what was taking so long that but we figured it out, but it was all good. But yeah, that's how it came about.
Sick, bro.
Yeah.
I know.
So you got all that through relationships, more or less, right?
Exactly, just relationships. Like, because when I went into that retailer, I knew I was going to be there forever, but I wanted to like get the stigma of being a music video director out so I can like jump into other stuff, because sometimes that stigma can like just box you in. So I had to like figure out a way to like, hey, how can I shoot product stuff for like bigger brands that makes that I can show them like I could do the same shit that I do with music videos with this and just make it a lot doper.
Yeah, with Fat Sal's.
Yeah, Fat Sal's. Yeah.
Yep, you did that.
Which is something that Sandiego had before, but they didn't really know about too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was it was in PB, but it just like the foot traffic there wasn't all that great unless like, you know, Tuesday, Thursday nights or weekends, because like Fat Sal's is a spot that like they need day traffic too. And like, you know, PB is like dead during the day. At night, that's when it gets
dead during the day.
But so I wanted to talk. So you work with TD?
Yes.
Okay.
Or like here and there, you know.
Here and there. Well, okay. So I will say this. So there's the talk of the big 3. Do you find that there's a reason between the fights, that is there like an actual like real beef, or do you think that this is just so we can just get some new music out of them?
No, there's tension. There's definitely been tension over the years, and I think it was more the fact that like it's ego based as well, very ego based. On top of that, like when you have an artist that, you know, like you can kind of tell like with Drake, like no, like not putting any like, you know, talking down about him, but you can tell he was brought up, he wasn't like that guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A person like Kendrick, he's came up through the shits, but at the same time you're in LA, so he's been around entertainment star life, right? So you kind of see it too.
But he stays humble, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Drake put him on. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait,
no, you. That's why everyone keeps thinking Drake put him on.
Why do you think that he put him on?
Because Drake put him on the first tour and whatever, and
that don't mean shit.
I don't mean nothing.
No. Well, Kendrick, he was already discovered by Dre and everyone way before Drake.
J. Cole put him.
He can't. And
I know that. I know Dre is the main. I know that.
So one, like you gotta remember one, like you know that famous video where like all the West Coast artists basically handed him the torch.
Exactly.
That was before Good Kid, Mad City came out. That was during Section 80.
Yeah.
So then when Good Kid, Mad City came out, it was already buzzing on its own. Like this, you gotta remember, like his first 3 singles wasn't even Poetic Justice. It was Swimming Pools, which my ex was in that video.
What's
it called? Swimming Pools, and then he had Don't Kill My Vibe and stuff like that. Poetic Justice was like a later like thing that really buzzed. You know, it was automatic because Drake was on it, but I think he put him on that tour because, you know, they did a record together.
So where did the beef start? Like, what happened? Like, why did motherfuckers start?
So from what I know is like the thing with Kendrick, he's also, you know, this is a sport for him. So he never had any like, you know, animosity or anything with anyone. So when he did that Control verse, right, which also kind of started his tension with Big Sean. So when he did that Control verse, you know, he name dropped a bunch of people, but it's more of like it should be an honor to be named it because he considers you as a competitional peer
or equal.
Yeah. So everyone actually was cool about it, but Drake.
Oh, okay.
So from what I heard was that Drake wasn't feeling it because to him it's like this is a little person that I had opened up for me. Like what the fuck is he like? You know, his ego. That's what I'm saying. The ego got too big. So do you know Marcellus Wiley, the football player, used to play for the Chargers. He's now a sports analyst on ESPN. Back in 2014, and he said this like 2 days ago on his podcast. So he explained where the tension really started, which kind of led to this. So when that Control verse came out, it was the same year that Drake was promoting his album and he was hosting the ESPYs for the first year.
Oh yeah.
He went on like a little like media run to go promote that he's going to be hosting the ESPYs. So he went on like their show on ESPN and like they, you know, he had to ask him like, hey, what do you think about the Control verse or whatever? And I guess apparently like he just was talking mad shit. And then he talked hella shit. And then at the end when they cut it, he thought about like, he didn't want to put that out. So he basically threatened ESPN like, do not put this interview at all out or else I won't host the ESPYs. I'll back out from hosting the ESPYs. So they never released that interview. So ESPN has a flown server, but he explained it. And then when he heard it, so at the like 2 years before, I guess Max Kellerman put him on to Kendrick. And he didn't know who Kendrick was. And Kendrick went and came on and performed during his Good Kid, Mad City days on the stage. That's how he met him. He liked him a lot. And he met Top. And also Marcellus is also from Compton. Yeah. So after that interview, hey, Top, you know what Drake just said? Oh shit. And then it went through there. So I think that's where like Kendrick was like, okay, all right, you're gonna be that guy. And then he start, you know, like once you start to see a little bit of hate, you start to really identify this person like Drake. You start to see everything he's doing where it's like, yeah, he's doing things right for him, but not right for the culture or for this, you know, for hip hop in general.
Oh yeah, and honestly, that's what I think is something that I didn't realize before. So even though, you know, like people want us to pick sides, whatever, I enjoy everybody's music, right? You know what I'm saying? Drake.
I listen to, you know, I like Drake. I haven't listened to him in a while, but like,
yeah, but you know, the thing about him is that with all the situation of how things are being brought out, and when you're like starting to analyze more of the music and like the verses and stuff like that between the two, you start seeing his ego. It is coming out of that, and you start seeing that he doesn't really. I don't know. I would say that he is kind of. I don't want to say a culture vulture, but that's how they're kind of putting it as him, because it's like you're not really hip hop, and that's where I feel like Kendrick is like, I'm hip hop, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a rap. I'm an MC. I'm really a rapper. You're not. You know what I mean? But he makes good songs, you know what I'm saying? But it's like more in the pop side of hip hop. I mean, what do you think? Is that?
No, it is true. Like that's one thing of it, but like two, what they've really been like tapping in more. Like, you know, there's like a whole thing where like people think that they're saying that he's not black. Yes, he is black. Yeah, his dad is from Memphis. But what they're saying is he's not culturally black.
Right.
He grew up in Canada, like suburban, not even suburban American white, but suburban like Canadian white.
Okay.
So like he never learned the experience of like the way Black Americans are treated and what they go through. Like, you know, like I'm not saying that there's no racism in Canada, but it's probably like you know, like inches to the miles that happens out here.
Oh, I got
you know what I'm saying? So he never understands it. That's why like some of his last or his what song was it? Family Matters, when he mentioned the whole slave thing.
I know.
It's kind of like,
you're like, hey, bro, that's a good thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? What Kendrick's doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, right.
And also that way he did that one where he was in an ad of some sort and he did the blackface, even though I know he's black, but he still was like, and he said, he came out and said, oh, it's because, you know, I'm trying to show this is what was happening. you don't do that.
This was during like the Degrassi days, so he didn't understand. I don't think he understand the like the extent to it, which I'm not mad at him at that time.
So he really did that?
Yeah, that was real.
No, that's real.
That was real.
Those are real photos.
It was real photos, yeah.
Bro.
And he did, and he even talked about it, saying, when his excuses for it were even, it just made it sound worse.
Like, that's automatic. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't do that. You know what I mean? Because you're still mixed, so you're still half white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you still have the white.
You're black. You shouldn't. That's just.
It's like me pulling my eyes back. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know what I mean? Like,
no, I just did.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not something that you should do. I'm a little disappointed in that. That kind of makes me angry. But I do believe Kendrick when he talks about the culture. Like, you don't know the culture, and I agree with them.
You know,
but that doesn't matter. He's not talking about him being half white. You see what I'm saying?
But that's not. That's
the thing. It's not about
Rick
him
Ross is.
Ross
is called a white boy.
Yeah, being half white, bro. It's about you not knowing your culture.
There's a difference.
You're not brought up in it, and we know that. We could tell that you're trying to use us to get on. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So I get that. You know what I mean? As far as the beef itself, who do you think won the beef?
Right.
Of course, biased, but Kendrick.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not biased. Too, yeah. I'm a Drake fan.
No,
Kendrick whooped
but I like Drake's music.
You're not even like really strong on Kendrick as much as more.
I like Kendrick. I have to get a dictionary sometimes with that nigga, and I have to like really listen to it in quiet. And I have to like listen to it like.
Somebody need to smoke more weed to listen to it because like Kendrick got some good weed music. Like people are surprised.
He's fire, but sometimes it's like, dude, I don't really feel like hearing that shit right now. You know what I mean? But
he does make you think. But he makes you think.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Truth, he's fire. Like I said, but I'm a Drake and J. Cole fan more. You know what I'm saying? However, Kendrick strategically whooped that nigga ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He strategically and lyrically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
supposedly he recorded 10 songs in that one sitting. So what supposedly those first 5 songs, like he'll just listen to what Drake drops and then just kind of change a few little lines from the 10 that he made and pick the one he thinks fits best.
So what fucked Drake up is when he dropped that
Family Matters,
It was Family Matters.
Yeah, it was Family Matters.
So when he dropped Family Matters, it was like, oh shit. But Kendrick was waiting for him.
Kendrick was waiting.
You know what I'm saying? And
didn't give him a chance.
17 minutes later.
He didn't let that shit. Drake didn't even get like it could have.
He didn't even get gassed up yet.
If Kendrick would have let it fester, it would have been a different outcome. He didn't need to because he used the whole truck.
Like, he checkmate his ass.
Right.
Checkmate.
Kendrick dropped "Meet the Grams."
Whew.
Right, boom, and then the next day he dropped this not like us, not right.
Not like us. Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, not like us. Yeah, it's just like that and not like us.
Or you want everybody dancing to everybody. Yeah,
man. Soon I heard that mush it on a beat, ho.
That was it. I was like, oh shit.
I almost shed a tear when I heard that. I was like, I heard that. I haven't heard that tagline in a minute.
I know.
I wanted to go see Walk Homie. I just want to go to the club.
Yeah.
Take me to the club at peak hours so I could crit walk.
I felt the same way. And you know I do not like even being a former clubber, I hate going to the club. I don't. And I wanted just to go just to hear the song and leave.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go I'll go dance in front of some Mexicans and just like and leave.
Yeah. And then just leave.
No,
I don't even care,
it.
bro. I don't even care, bro. Get a bottle. I want the bottles to come out right now. I want to get it. I'm gonna have a sip. Y'all can have the bottles. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get to that record.
I'll pay for your bottle. I'm just gonna come dance here.
I'm gonna get to that record. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think the way he strategically did it, when Drake dropped from the heart, it was like, well, fuck you then.
I know.
Yeah.
Fuck you then, punk.
I don't know if you guys
gonna cry in the car.
Exactly.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Hook, but when they was going back and forth in the roast, and you man, you stupid man.
Rufio.
Yeah, exactly.
He had nothing to say. Drake had nothing to say, bro. He was like, yeah, I don't even want to rap no more. I just going back.
And then he started talking.
I already know you got something to drop afterwards. I was like, oh shit, it's over. It's fucking over, bro.
No, the talking part kind of killed it at the end.
No, the talking part was terrible. I'm not a pedophile. You know, just the stuff that he was saying. And I feel like it would have been in his best interest to not even come back and not say anything and just let Kendrick have it and just be like, that's done.
No.
And gracefully say anything. I feel Drake shouldn't have said anything afterwards at all.
Not like that. Drake should have came back. If he was going to come back, he needed to come back with a slapper. But he had nothing on him.
He didn't have it. He
thought Family Matters was going to be the slapper.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But exactly.
He wasn't expecting Kendrick outmaneuvered him, and he out because he was like, yeah, I'm built for war. I got medals. All this. He thought that was going to be the end all.
That was going to be it.
It was like, nuh-uh.
No, he said we planned all that information. Like,
but no proof. You know what I mean? Like of what you did.
Yeah, show receipts.
There was no proof. But like if you listen to Family Matters, you can tell he didn't really have much more to say about Kendrick. That's why he did filler of other people in the middle. Like he went on ASAP. He went on Rick Ross and Weeknd and whoever in the middle just to kind of like and Metro just to kind of like kill some time and then jump back in.
Metro lightweight killing with that damn
with the BBL drizzy. You've been singing that shit.
BBL like you, and he got Oscar Myers jumping in with the BBL glizzy. I was like, wow.
Like, bro, when you got the NBA all in the Kendrick,
actually, that's the best. So when he did that, because the dude told him, Drake told him go make beats or whatever, and he's like, okay, I did, and he did that one. I feel like that was the excellent response.
He got people. He got Japanese people, French people dissing Drake. Like he got all these people from other countries.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm a little concerned on is that it may go too far, and now people are like, it could be Drake doing it himself, but I don't see why he would. But it could be.
Yeah, when he had his vandalized for his
vandalizing.
Yeah,
it's like a third person today, like jumping in.
I know. So I don't like that. We don't want that to happen.
Like, you stupid ass fans gotta understand. Like, it's not y'all shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all can't go in there and go do some crazy shit and try to harm. Like, stay in your lane, bro.
Yeah. Support the craft, but don't be like taking it personally.
Don't actually go in there and do it. You know
They're not your homies.
Also, don't blame Kendrick for it. Like he not sending homies from California to Canada to do all that.
No.
It's just crazy.
And that's when we were concerned because obviously we don't want to have another East Coast or a Canada West Coast thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't want anybody to get hurt. That's when we don't because people do take it personally. They think that they know this Drake's my homie or Kendrick's my, you know what I mean? They really feel that, and that's what happened with the Tupac and Biggie thing. We don't want that to happen. We don't want a reoccurrence again.
Though, we don't even know if that shit could have been a cover up for something else. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Because
Tupac he was talking some shit he's about to expose some shit. You know what I'm saying? So we don't even know what the hell happened. And for no one to know what happened, it has to.
People know.
If you can't find you're gonna find somebody that high killer. Like if somebody did something with somebody that pristine, you're gonna find it unless they don't want you to.
Well, that's the thing, but it could be a retaliation thing because if it's a whole thing like, that dude from that set and and then it's just a continuous killing spree. You know what I'm saying?
They were connecting it with Weeknd too because his manager's house was shot up.
Right.
In Encino, which is in LA in the Valley.
They're trying to say, well, did Kendrick do that? You're like,
no. They're trying to say that that was a possibility that like Drake's folks did that, and then the retaliation from that first shooting was like in retaliation because Weeknd is from Toronto also, but I from what I heard, so some real motherfuckers out there too.
Oh yeah,
I believe it.
I mean, I don't know
because they beefing. So
what did you? I know. Even though he stood up for him for the Grammys or whatever, but it is what it is.
True.
What I was going to ask you though about J. Cole. So I mean, people have their talks about it. This is 50-50 or whatever. What are your views of him backing out and gracefully after he started? He's like, okay, I'm gonna start, and then he's like, okay, no, 2 days later, okay, never mind, I'm just kidding. What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, I kind of feel like I think he got brought into something he didn't know with the first person shooter.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he was more just thinking that we're all cool because I feel like he probably doesn't know doesn't know the tension to an extent. So I think and the pressure probably pushed him in there. So it was more like I felt bad for him for even trying to do all that. But it does seem whack for hip hop. But he's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? He'll be okay.
I'm still gonna support him. I'm just concerned because a lot of the things that he says and some of his things this is this or whatever. I think that will be discredited going forward, especially off this off season. So
he can't say he the greatest no more. He can't say he the best.
It's hard. He can, but he has to show it. But the thing is right now
he has to come back somehow. He has to come back somehow. I still see him up there in this generation. He's at the top in this generation on lyricists.
Yes,
but. Kendrick is gonna be staying on top after this.
Facts.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Kendrick said,
"You're gonna have to be looking up at Kendrick."
Fuck the big three is just Big Me, and then he proved it. You know what I'm saying?
He
That's
did prove
crazy.
it.
As far as J. Cole, I wish J. Cole wouldn't apologize. I wish she would just gracefully bowed out,
or not even gotten involved at all. What's the point? If you knew that Dreamville was gonna be 2 days later, and there's a possibility that you're gonna be having some of these songs you're gonna sing,
right?
If that's not in your spirit. He shouldn't have even just did it at all. He could have just came out with just might delete later and call it a day.
But he did it.
I know, but I'm saying he could have. 2 days though. 2 days.
But he didn't even go hard. He just took some little.
He did a little.
It kind of tell you're still my friend. You know,
my friend. Hey, yeah. Don't make me do it.
He could have just gracefully bowed out quietly when asked about it.
That's exactly.
This is not something I wanted to do. I agree.
Right.
It's not.
Yeah, but he didn't have to do it publicly.
He didn't have to go and publicly apologize and do all that shit. Even though I guess he just did it.
He had to. He had to because he
publicly put it out. Yeah. So yeah.
And he was pulling it. But the thing is, if I were him, I would have just pulled the song and not. And you know, I mean, it does take a while to take shit off Apple and stuff.
Doesn't take that long.
1 day, 2 days,
a day. Yeah,
oh,
for them,
well, that's not true because when he had said, "Hey, I'm gonna take it down" or whatever, it took like a week or two to come down. I don't know if he was trying to get the streams out.
I still don't feel like he should apologize, but I guess he had to apologize because he did it. He did it publicly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, but
I think he didn't know. I think he didn't know to the extent when he did it. I thought he. I think in his mind it was like Kendrick's just doing it as a sport. So I think he's trying to call us out. So it's like, you know, let me do a response as like on some like sport, like as a competition.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then I think he was told in his ear by like someone else, like, yo, Kendrick's taking this serious with this dude. Like, you just happen to be in it. So he's doing both, but he's really going at this guy. So you should step away. I think that's what happened. Where he's like,
you want the smoke.
Fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that he still respects him. So he's like, I don't want to really go there with him. You know what I mean?
And like I say, I still fuck with J.
Cole's my favorite.
He's
Period.
my G.
That's my favorite.
J. Cole's still dope to me.
I like, bro.
I like Drake's music, but I kind of stopped after Take Care.
Yeah.
Afterwards, I just kind of got tired of it. Yeah.
No, me too.
Yeah.
I did. I feel like it was like, all right,
I'm gonna.
Like you're trying a little bit.
Yeah, but it's like, you know what? Like, if you're still getting like everyone else, cool. I'm just gonna listen to something new. Like, even today, like I rarely listen to rap music anymore. Like, if anything, I'm listening to Afro beats and reggaeton. Like, I had like an R&B phase, but then it got to like the newer R&B. Everyone's just talking about my pussy and getting fucked and toxicity and shit. Like, I had to get out. Like, even today's like rap music, I cannot get into it. It's always about like, I fucked your bitch, and then I went to the car and shot the homie up, and then fucked his bitch, and then fucked her bitch, and I was like, how many bitches you trying to fuck? Yeah. Like, bro, like, you trying to fuck my bitch all the time? I don't even have a bitch to fuck. Like,
you got anything else to say?
I'm trying to fuck your bitch.
Speaking of the beef, like, there's a lot of beefs, right?
Yeah.
And now the beefs is kind of getting corny. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know why Rick
Quavo
Ross
and Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I'm saying I think Chris Brown destroyed him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Chris Brown got off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I thought that.
People forget that he can rap. You know what I mean?
Chris Brown got off. Did you hear Chris?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
Chris Brown got off.
You know what, Quavo? I just heard just like the little snippet because I knew he wasn't gonna go.
He wasn't gonna be. He was like
not being biased, but I knew he wasn't gonna go off like that.
The reason why I felt Quavo was up because he's like, bro, we're fighting about some bitches, bro. Come on.
Exactly. People that they don't even fuck with anymore. It's not even like their own female that they still fuck with.
Female, and then you got Rick Ross and Drake, which I think
that one made sense because this was at the time before Kendrick dropped anything. So he was already mad about the French Montana thing, and then Drake invited, like, he had just split up with this girl, and Drake invited her to the show or whatever too.
That's whack shit, bro.
And he actually,
but that's the ego he has with the females. I
think if a female can make you turn against your bro, I think
and then his dick picture leaked or whatever and stuff like that.
See, that was kind of weird. The video, like, it's just you just jerking. That was a little, I didn't see the video, but
I mean, as a woman, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you like what you see? You like what you saw?
No, I'm just
liar.
Cap.
No.
What's the Kendrick thing? You lied about the.
No, he didn't lie.
You lied about watching.
He didn't lie about his dick. His dick. He has a decent sized dick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, but. We're like, I don't want to talk about this, but at least I'm just saying, like, that part of it, I had to. I mean, for statistical purposes, I had to review it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Statistical
research purposes.
Statistical, yeah.
I guess. All right. So then, hold on. So then the game. I mean, like, what the fuck for?
Look, he went off, but it's very like out the blue,
bro. And it's like now he's like, oh, you're scared to come back. It's like now you look stupid, bro. You're begging him to respond. He's like, he don't have to respond.
Sound like Drake,
bitch ass, bro.
It just wasn't good timing. It looks like you're just trying to get a wave.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I already lost respect for him when he was sitting here like, hey man, you want to get on this song or whatever? Just hit me in the DM, like that type of shit. When he was doing that shit, I was like, oh,
he did that with everyone. He hit me out. I was like, bro, I don't do music. I think he just.
Homies gas. I want to do a song again.
Oh my god!
Everyone was screenshotting every rapper in San Diego like, game about to fuck with me.
No, real shit.
No, he about to fuck you out of money.
No, we telling people, hey bro, that's not real, bro. Like, don't.
Like, bro, here, he sent it to me too. Bro,
yeah,
like, bro. The same exact verbiage, bro.
Like, bro, he sent it to me and I do videos. I don't even rap. I don't rap.
Y'all want us a bag.
Was that during COVID? That happened? Was that during COVID that happened?
COVID,
like 4 years ago?
Yeah,
because they couldn't tour, so they needed to find a bag someplace. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a lot of people doing it. And
I mean, respect to the game, but not that.
I don't fuck. I think he looks stupid. I think he looks stupid as fuck, begging Rick Ross to respond to you. Like, nigga, you trying to bait him into it. You look kind of stupid, bro.
It's just because you know why? Because Kendrick is number one. He's about to be number one. I don't know. I haven't seen the statistics.
Yeah,
but you know what's dope to me is that this is my personal opinion. I'm wondering if this is like, I'm like a conspiracy theorist, right? Okay, wonder if it's just like they did this beef on purpose so that they can knock Taylor Swift out. You know what I'm saying? Because they knocked her out. So she was top 10. Like she had like 1 through 10.
She had everything,
Billboard,
bro.
and Kendrick possible top 2. You know what I'm saying? Knocked out the Swift. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Swifties, don't attack. But I'm saying like that's something. Maybe
don't say that. They probably listening now.
Like, oh, you white bitch. Yeah. No.
Hey, you need some content while people commenting. That's engagement. Bad engagement, still engagement.
I know, but
you know
but I don't want to be attacked by anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Now you got Sukiana
beefing with
JT.
Yeah.
And then Shaq beefing with Shannon Sharp.
No, I was like
bro.
Shaq.
Like, at this point, I don't want to hear.
I think that one was like more like shits and giggles.
Shaq is real.
He wrote a song, but I think
he wrote a song, and Shannon Sharp was like, "What the fuck?"
But they both understand content because they're both content creators now. Technically,
yeah,
so
that's true.
I think it's like,
that's
all right, let's
so whack.
No, but it's just,
I think it's more jokes. I don't think they're really that serious.
Maybe I don't know.
You're taking it away, bro, from the art of beefing.
Like I don't even take. I don't take them serious though.
It's watering it down. I don't like that shit.
I don't want to hear I don't want to hear no beef.
I think it's more just like because we heard 5-6 songs within the span of like 5 days. Like we're just exhausted. My ear was exhausted when I heard Not Like Us drop. I'm like, bro, my ears are tired right now.
I know,
but it was,
no, but I needed it though. You know?
It's cool. What Kendrick did was he lifted the copyright on YouTube.
So now
everyone's making money, and then Drake comes along, does the same thing too.
I know.
So,
Drake, I'm sorry, bro.
But I think he didn't have the choice to do that. I think his publishing did that. With Kendrick, he has control of his music.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, Drake. You got outplayed. You got outmaneuvered. You got barred. You got out everything, bro. Like he got outed. You got outed, bro. I can't.
Yeah.
Like usually you're really good at that. You're really petty, and you got beat the fuck down,
maybe
bro.
He should have. I think he should have 50 Cent on it to help him get with the pettiness.
I really
50 Cent was like, oh, Drake, then he just.
If 50 was actually riding with Drake,
he's like, hold on. He's like, wait,
like that. Remember,
you never had 50 shut up before. 50's like, I heard.
He's like, hold up, yeah.
I mean, he was spinning the G Unit chain in the beginning of the video too. You saw that.
I saw.
But he got it made though. It wasn't like the actual like original one. But even at that, it made you kind of like it feel kind of weird. Like it seemed like he was like collecting all these hip hop items, like like a real like colonizer. Like he has like all Pharrell's chains, Tupac's ring, the G Unit chain, and all that in his house. Out in Toronto.
Shit, no, you're right.
Yeah, if you think about it, that's why like it reminded me of that opening scene in Black Panther where Killmonger goes in that museum. Right. It was just like that's our shit. You know what I mean, like. Yeah. And Kendrick was Killmonger. He's like, give me that Tupac ring back.
No, real shit. I did find that was disrespectful. I did feel that was
all eyes on me.
I'm not gonna say it wasn't dope for him to do the AI part of it because he's already made a big stink about that, saying people are using his voice and doing AI and doing all that shit, whatever. But to like for somebody who's dead, you know what I'm saying? And Pac being, I mean, like I understand it was like a try to be a chess move, but I feel like that's disrespectful, and I respect the family for telling him to like remove that shit. You know? What I'm saying?
But he tried to. He basically tried to 8 Mile him with that song, like do the whole Be Rabbit thing. But that's why in Kendrick's verse he's like, you ain't Be Rabbit, you Be Rad. That's Malibu's Most Wanted. Like basically kind of like flipped it on him, like no, like
you Be Rad.
He is Be Rad.
And that beast for bitch and Be Rad.
Be like, you know what I'm saying, something.
He tried to play that 8 Mile game, it didn't work on me, so it's like no, relax.
Exactly.
And because Kendrick is, Kendrick too, but Drake is like a huge like battle rapper like fan.
Oh yeah.
So you would think like he took this a little serious too, because like Kendrick and Meek Mill isn't the same type of artist, because you could tell Meek Mill definitely was not prepared for it. We all thought he was a big battle rapper. Right. I mean, he probably was like a free, cypher dude or whatever, and probably like rap bars and stuff like that. But Meek Mill didn't take that as serious.
Not at all. Not at all.
So you said you were looking at some things on online or whatever. We noticed something that was recently that it was Vlad. Vlad is a person who is DJ Vlad, right? And he does interviews with a lot of hip hop artists, up and coming, and also very big name brand people. But also he made a comment saying that the mix wasn't very good on the last Kendrick song or whatever. and that's his opinion, right? And being that he does a lot of hip hop artists and stuff like that, I think that was a reasonable opinion. Except somebody did not believe that was a good reason to make a comment or whatever. So this person, what did I say the name? The person's name was Morgan Jurgens. So she's a professor at Princeton, and she basically said, yeah, this is not part of your conversation. You're white. You need to stay out of it. This is like black folks' business.
Black folks, right?
Yeah. So, and Vlad got upset, as you heard. He got upset. He felt some sort of way or whatever about it. And then he made, a big stink about it and started like adding Princeton and stuff like that, and made it like a huge, I don't know. I would say he tried to make it try to get that person fired, and try to make a big deal like, hey, get this person fired, keep, tagging her and stuff like that. What did you think? Well, he did end up, I guess, apologizing. But what do you think about that? Do you feel that he was right to make that comment? Do you think that that's something that he shouldn't have made a comment about? Or was it wrong that he was trying to, get this person fired? Or
I mean, the comment was, I didn't think the comment was enough to be like, stay out of our business, because it wasn't like talking, anything ethnically or racially or anything like that. Yeah. But I thought it was a dumb comment, because like, we're talking about a rap battle. No one has time to mix nothing. Especially you as a DJ should understand that.
Yeah.
Especially like, he came up from the mixtape age where nothing was mixed. Exactly. Everything was recorded so raw and nasty. Yeah. Like, this was actually decent compared to a mixtape. So Correct. It's like, when you're dropping like, if you're basically dropping a disc constantly like that, like, you rarely have time to mix anything. That takes time to do.
Yeah.
To get mixed and mastered. So to me, it was just a dumb comment from a music aspect.
Right.
But for her to come at him like that, I think that was a little overbearing. But the way that he came back, it was a lot worse.
Oh yeah,
I think that was even more unnecessary. Yeah, it was definitely unnecessary. It's like, keep it at that, especially when you're already known as a culture vulture.
Totally,
as it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is my problem. So
yeah,
you use our culture for your own, and you gain, right?
Gain.
And then when somebody comes at you with something, then you try to use your privilege to tear us down.
Facts.
Okay, I didn't like that.
Right.
However, she is in a higher position. She has to watch what she says.
She's in a prestigious job.
Like, even in certain parts of my job, you know what I mean? You cannot say or do certain things because of your position. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch that. Now, with that being said, he shouldn't go tell on her either. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
that was unnecessary.
I'm tell on you because you did this. Yeah, make your promise. Oh, that's what you're gonna do. You being in this prestigious position, you're gonna tell black people that they can't have an opinion.
Right.
Cool. Say what's your shit. Say everything you gotta say, but keep it there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why threaten her livelihood?
Why threaten her job? What she said wasn't something that was, I feel like,
she shouldn't have said it. It was just it was an ignorant thing to say. It was an ignorant thing to say, bro. Like, it was oh, you're white, you can't have a
Yeah, not for that part.
It's just like, bro, come on, bro. You shouldn't have said that. I don't agree with it, but hey, she said it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna stand on it.
Yeah.
But is that something where
she needs to be?
If her school saw that and decided to discipline her because of that, that's on her, right?
Yeah.
But for you to bring light to it and be like, oh, Prince,
exactly, like we're antagonizing more,
Exactly.
That's not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think you could have said what you said, but I just hate when people that take our culture, our culture, don't respect it, and then get mad and try to tear us down. That bothers me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he pulled the white card at the end of it, and that's the part. He really did. Point.
That's the white thing to do.
That's the white thing to do. That's what you did.
I'm gonna have your job. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He should have kept it just amongst like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or not even comment at all. I mean, and then it would have comment
because he needs to protect himself. You know what I'm saying? He can, you know what I'm saying? If you say something,
he didn't have to either.
But the thing is that she even said, you chose to talk to my comment while all these other people talking shit to you. Why did you choose my comment? Of all the other people talk shit to him on a regular, all the time.
Maybe he researched her and found out who she was.
Maybe.
And thought maybe I can get a one up.
Hold on, but he must not have researched her enough because she's the niece of Rodney Jurgens.
Yeah.
So, and that's a person who's
maybe that's why he said sorry.
Maybe that's why I'm sorry.
I apologize.
And also even more backlash on the whole world basically just went at him. It made it to like a lot of big news outlets too. About what he did in response. So that made him look even worse. I didn't like the fact that he tried to take her. Like, he tried to. I'm gonna tell your job. He literally said that. I'm gonna tell.
No, he added them. He added Princeton, and she's like, "Haha, nice try. I already have my contract already done with or whatever." But that's not the point. Had she had been employed, this could have affected her. And then also, because it's televised or whatever, it's hugely broadcast, it can affect her from getting a job
elsewhere
consistently, you know, with any place
she's already
else.
a black woman, so she already has that on.
And a professor.
So now you got to compete with that being black and a professor. I don't mean to be racing it, but you know,
you have to. You have to because she and he both brought it up, and it needs to be brought up.
I mean, I don't know. I just think it was whack. I don't like that.
You know, he does this a lot though. You know what I mean? This is the reason why he has so many issues.
You know what's crazy is I used to be an on-call video person for him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I never did a actual Vlad one. I only did one video for him, but it was like I forgot who set me up with it, but they needed a video person for something, and then they set me up to like a chic store, sneaker store, and I guess like the new their creative director or something like that took over as new CEO or something, so they wanted to interview him. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I set up like a little production, and then the person that shows up was Vlad, but I guess he had like a side channel where he was interviewing that has nothing to do with hip hop, more just like other stuff outside of hip hop. Yeah. Okay. So I was like, oh, that's cool. But this was early before like everyone really like paid attention that he was like starting to culture vulture a lot, and people were like telling on themselves. So and honestly, I think I didn't like the way they worked, and so they had another guy that would always call me, hey, are you available for this? And I'm like, nah, I'm not available. Yeah. Because they liked what I did, but it was at the time I didn't know what they were doing. They just said, just bring a camera out and shoot. But they didn't tell me that like they needed audio and stuff like that. So the audio didn't come out as good because, you know, we're filming off of like camera audio, which isn't made to be good. Right. And he didn't like the way the audio, so he was paying crumbs. Yeah. And then he always trying to discount more because the audio was bad. Like it was like real. It was so low. It's just like, bro, just take the fucking video. I don't even want your money. Like, like I did it to help a homegirl out that was helping you out, but then you're gonna try pay crumbs and then discount it more because the audio's bad because y'all didn't tell me like what I'm shooting. You said we're just gonna shoot here. You know what I mean? Like it takes more. And just like you said, people understand what you do. And to be honest, I don't even know if he's a real DJ.
Right. No, I know. I think he just put the name.
I think I actually know. I heard that he was a DJ trying to like back in the day, like was like pushing mixtapes back in like the early 2000s, and then he got into some incident scuffle with like an artist's camp, and they like beat the shit out of him or jumped him. Oh shit. And then, you know, they went on to a settlement where he got like a lot of money. Yeah. So that's where he put his money into doing Vlad TV.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I've only met Vlad like twice in my life. So
yeah,
you met a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying?
Random people. Like
you done. It's like before we go, like, what are some of the artists you worked with? If you're at liberty to say.
If you
I mean, I've worked with plenty. I mean, y'all obviously know I've worked with cats from TDE, which mainly Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q once, SZA once through Ab-Soul. And then some of their other artists, like they have an artist named Reason, Zachary. I've been, you know, but I've been around everyone too. So like I've been around the whole camp, including Kendrick, Nipsey, which was
how did that happen, I know.
Nipsey was
I'm sorry, I know why.
So Nipsey, like how I even knew about him was he was on like a tour that Game had, and like just later on before like probably around like 2010 when the marathon first came out. He was putting out. He did some videos, and he worked with this like one director that would always plaster his logo all over the video. It looked so ugly. It was like World Star Throwaways. Yeah. And then he was trying to find a video person that didn't do like that did quality stuff. He was like, I'm not looking for World Star Throwaways. So like, you know, please tag people. At the time, you know, like Twitter was like big at that moment. It was just coming up, and then I had a lot of followers that actually would. I still have those same followers there, but they're not as active like back then. But they was riding for me because they saw my journey switching from promoter to video director. So then like when Nipsey posted, everyone kept tagging me to him. And then he announced, oh, it looks like so-and-so is looking to is the winner, like tapping my DMs, let's work, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I hit his DM, sent him my number, and he's okay, cool. Never heard from him again. Oh, shit. And then like maybe like 3 months late, maybe 3 months or something like that. So, and then I had this random phone number call, and I was just like, I don't really answer. You know, I was like, what, maybe 20, 19, you know, I owed a lot of money. I was getting credit cards and shit, like had all these bills. So I'm like, I'm not picking no number I don't recognize. Like this is probably a bill collector.
It didn't say spam back then either, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't answer nothing. Like if it's important, they leave me a voicemail or send me a text if I don't answer. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm bored. Like there was no one coming to buy cell phones. Everyone had a cell phone. Yeah. So I just answered anyways. And then when I answered and I heard, what up, cuz? And I was like, yo, who's this? He's like, it's Nip. I was like, Nip? He's like, yeah, Nip, cuz. I was like, I was like, Nipsey Hussle? He's like, yeah. At first, I didn't really believe him.
Right.
And then when he kept talking, I was like, damn, someone can't impersonate this voice that long. He really talked like this. Long. And then he basically told me, hey, I want to shoot a video from the marathon. The song's called Love. Come up to LA this Saturday, and then let's go. Let's do something. I was like, okay, cool. Meet me at my shop at this time, and then we'll take it from there. I was like, okay, let's do it. And then when I went up there, I was just like, fuck, I didn't have like a video team or nothing. I was just still like by myself, like not even knowing how to use my camera at the time. I barely just got the camera.
Oh, wow. And
then I brought two homies that know nothing about video. I was like, hey, hold this reflector. Right. You're gonna be here. Just stand like you're about to do some shit. Yeah. And then we just went out there together, got a hotel for the night. And then the next day was when we went to go meet with, I met with Nip, and Nip was like, my bad, cause so leading up to it, there was a whole incident that happened like 2 days before with Nip, and at the time it was Nip and Big U, because Big U was managing him, and I think they got into like a argument about something. And this was all over the news. And then I think his older brother Black Sam, like he was working in the shop, but he's being protective, so he went out there and like shot one in the air just to kind of like cut the shit, protecting his brother. And then police came, and I think took Nip and Black Sam, and I don't know if they took Big U in, but basically basically detained them and took them in. And I was just like, fuck, this video ain't gonna happen. Right. Yeah. And then I tapped in with someone that was close with him. It's still going on, just come up. So I went up, hit him up. He was cool. We linked with him. Spent the entire day in LA driving around LA, and he was driving his silver like SL 500 like drop top Benz or whatever. Yeah. So we just spent the entire day just shooting around, and then that was it, and just went home from there. And then we just been cool since then.
That was crazy, bro. That's super dope, man.
I know.
I wish I could have met him. I think the homie Junior did a how Junior
Junior
promote. They were doing I think it was
Junior was he was
what was it, 80? Was it 80?
Probably 80 or basement or something. Yeah. I mean, Nip's last show before he passed was that basement.
I was gonna go, and he told me to come.
Oh, that's right.
I was like, nah, I don't feel like.
And that was his last show.
That was his last fucking.
And then
show.
3 days later, that's when it happened.
Shot. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god.
Yeah. I think everybody felt that
that shit. I know it's not even what we were talking about. I know. But that I didn't even know, bro. But I just knew. I watched a lot of stuff from him, and he just wanted to do so much. You know what I'm saying? And for him to go that way was just so sad, bro.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Him and Kobe, like that shit.
Those two really.
It was
my family members.
So me living in LA, I was actually in South Central when it happened. I was heading to Compton. So I went to Compton. So I was shooting a music video for like some homies too. And then we went to Compton, and we were in the West, basically Kendrick's neighborhood, West Side Piru. We was actually at his big homie's house, and he was talking. He just like, it's like, blood, I gotta be outside. I got a politic about this. He was like, damn, Nipsey got shot, and he said it's not looking good. And I was like, fuck, but I was trying not to think about it. Mm-hmm. And then we were leaving Compton to go back to South Central, but we were going to the east side of South Central. Mm-hmm. And the whole time, like then I find out he died, but it just like. I didn't like it didn't like come into me, and I didn't really feel it yet. So once we finished it, and ironically we went out there to shoot, and then we got pulled over, and we all got detained or whatever. And then like it was like 4 black homies and me, the one Asian dude with a camera. And the fucked up part, I was the only one that had a damn warrant. I had a bench warrant. But they didn't find it, so it's all good.
Oh, thank God.
I was the one with the warrant. But, it was just on some stupid shit. But other than that, then I drove home. Once I started driving home, I flipped on the radio. DJ Head and Chuck Dizzle were on there. Yeah. Those are the homies too. Yeah. They're talking about it and stuff like that too. And it just still didn't hit. And once I got home, it hit, and like tears just started rolling down my eyes.
Yeah.
And then just started listening to his music just to kind of like damn, you know what I mean?
And
then
even listen to it, bro. I couldn't even hear it. Like I couldn't watch anything Kobe. I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, Kobe. And what's messed up was
why.
The vibe of LA for like months. It was just really low, like very low. Like the only time it went up was his funeral, but then after that it was still low. Exactly. And then like literally They had just got over Nipsey, and then boom, Kobe.
I know.
So then it just like
it was too much. Like it was too much.
Crazy,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
It was super crazy.
Like LA took a lot, like during that period of like two people they really like looked at as like
looked up to.
Exactly.
We were, like I said, we didn't know them,
No,
I had never met them, but for some reason their aura or whatever they had, that energy, it really affected me. I know it affected you. I was bummed for like a couple weeks, man.
Right.
I had major anxiety.
Why am I,
you know what I mean?
It was bad. Why am I feeling this?
No, I know.
But it's like, damn, bro.
And it was all during COVID too. So all those things that we didn't know what was going on. All these things, just like life in general, were like, what's going, you know what I mean? Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things. And then his daughter had passed, and then everybody else that was also in there. It's just all those people that had passed. It was like, it just was consistent. You know what I mean? And I think that all of us kind of got affected by it. Right. I have one thing. We hold on.
I'm in no rush, though.
So listen, this is we have to like end this debate, okay? Right here. Who has the best Mexican food? LA or San Diego?
Of course, us. What the fuck? I almost got into a fight with someone in LA about our Mexican food.
Let them know.
No, like for real. Like this dude tried to tell me King Taco was better than anything San Diego has. I was like, bro, you got me fucked up. Like, literally, we was like face to face. I was about to knock him out for like, like, bro, you got me fucked up. Like, no, it's really that serious sometimes.
That serious. What's your favorite taco shop? What's your favorite place?
My personal favorite, some people don't really.
Please don't say the Barrel.
No.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
I didn't grow up around there. If anything, it's called Rosaritos. It's the first one because they have like 3 or 4 of them, but the one in La Mesa off of the one I actually like, they shut it down. But I eat at the one off of Lake Murray Boulevard. Okay. Moms will try to cook food. I'm like, no, mom, I'm not. No, nothing to you, but I have to have a California burrito and wings and things when I come home. Yeah. So I'm gonna be full. So she knows not to cook when I come, which I feel bad, but I don't want her like break out everything and do all that. I was like, you don't need to do all that. You're older now. I don't want you to. I know she's doing it because she loves me or whatever, but like, no, don't. I don't want you to break a sweat. If anything, we'll go buy food. Gotta get one.
43rd is trash.
Actually, like that. My second one will be the one on 25th. The Humberto's on 25th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not the Humberto's on 43rd is cool, but I don't really go there because I didn't grow up over there.
Salty. I don't know. Something's wrong with it.
But there's a Humberto's on 25th, which is it's like going towards downtown. But that one is good. That one's good.
I think my favorite one used to be El Paisa on 47th.
I even like Cerritos in Spring Valley.
El Paisa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Cerritos.
Oh, yeah, Cerritos is cool.
And then Lolita's.
I like Lolita's. But only Telegraph.
Which one?
Telegraph, though. Telegraph, yeah. The OG one, because East Lake is a little, their hot sauce is
and they shut down the one in downtown.
No, downtown, and also I think San Diego State too.
Oh, they shut that one down too?
I think so, yeah. It's always closed back and forth or whatever. It's a good spot, but I think it's just
seasonal. It's a seasonal area.
So. Yeah, because
San Diego State is a seasonal area too.
Seasonal, yeah. But there's a taco shop on the corner right there, so that's what I'm saying.
Those
it's like
are cool if you're
Burritos or something.
Yeah. The one on by San Diego State, that taco shop, not the one that's by the gas station across the street. Like El Paisa, but that's late night too. But then I had it the other day, and I had the carne asada, and I'm like,
El Paisa by Lincoln.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never really ate there before. I always drive by there. I just look at their murals.
You ain't missing anything. It's not really good. I hate it. It's disgusting. How do you fuck up a bean and cheese burrito? How do you fuck up a case?
You know what's crazy? You know in Vegas they have a Roberto's chain, right?
Yeah.
All in Vegas, but it's been out there for a while. Same as Tacos El Gordo's in Vegas now too.
Oh really?
But it's been out there for so long. Vegas people think that's their shit.
Oh, hell.
I have to tell her, no. It's Roberto's started in San Diego. Yeah. We don't even eat Roberto's, y'all just got our leftover chain. But they were the original, they were the original taco shop in San Diego.
Was it
Roberto's?
No, the other one. What'd you say?
Tacos El Gordo.
Tacos El Gordo.
Yeah, there's like 2 Tacos El Gordo in Vegas now.
There's one downtown.
Yeah,
I never ate it.
There's the one in Chula Vista too. Yeah, it's Tijuana style tacos. So it's just the way they cut it. The tortillas are like handmade. That's why even though we have taco shops, we go there for the burritos, not the tacos. Right, the tacos is whatever. You know what I mean? I'll get a fish taco, but I won't get like a carne asada or whatever. If you get tacos, you'd go to like a Tijuana style one, so you get like a Tacos El Gordo.
You get fresh tortillas.
Cheese and sour cream on my shit.
Yeah, they're gonna put cotija. They'll put cotija on it. Yeah.
Every taco shop in LA has been trash to me.
So
every taco little taco spot, like the little taco stands.
Everything.
So
remember that one that we went to?
We went to Ultram Studio.
Yeah.
And there was like a little taco person over there.
No, you don't just do it at random ones. That's why there's one where near I live, but they're a chain called Angel's Tacos, which is like the closest thing to Tacos El Gordo. Okay. And it's actually good. Like that's one thing I could say is like depending on the taco chain, they actually have some decent tacos. But burritos, their burritos have no character or personality like ours. Theirs is just bland. And then like they do the wet burrito thing where they douse it with whatever. It's like
No,
yeah, like those also with green sauce or red sauce.
Like the birria, like that. Wet,
no, not
like
birria.
No.
So it's like a sauce that you put.
Yeah,
on
you just
top
pour
of
it on the entire.
Don't do that shit.
No, they don't do that
I
shit here.
I don't
Like they have like, oh, we have wet style. I was like, I don't want nothing wet, bro. Like
you have to eat on a plate.
The one that I go to in Mission Valley they have a really good breakfast burrito. I love their.
They're straight. Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's over in Mission Valley by the
Jack in the Box,
by the Best Buy, across from Best Buy.
It's like LA people, they'll be like, no, you gotta know the spots that you go to for the good Mexican food. I'm like, bro, that's the problem. Like, in San Diego, you go anywhere, it'll still be anything. It could be like the most like least spot everyone goes, and it'll still kill whatever y'all got here.
Yeah.
So what you got up, man? What you got coming up? I know me and you talked about you doing your own film and stuff like that, but what, you got anything coming up in the work?
Film wise, no, I got nothing yet. I you get so busy because like when you're doing something for yourself, like you still also have to work, you got bills to pay and stuff like that too. So I'm doing other people's stuff and all that. So like I work with a few clients, so I do a lot of like content work for like brands and stuff like that too. One of the people I work with is a local San Diego guy. He actually has a production, but he also does a lot of stuff up in LA, especially like conventions. So I've been doing a lot of stuff for the anime convention that they have up there.
Oh, so, I know,
yeah. Posted that. I'm like, where's the link? I want to see the video.
The video was on my Instagram, but
okay.
I was like, where's the fucking video?
Gotta find it.
But it was like just like a little mini commercial, whatever for it. So I did that for him, and I've been doing a lot of other stuff too. And then I have on the side, me and my best friend, we started a hat brand and apparel brand, this is one of our hats that we wear too. Yeah, it's called Parks and Normal.
I said SD, but I was like, oh, it's Demon Slayer, bro.
Yeah, Demon Slayer.
Oh my god, I was like,
but this hat's not even out yet. This is still like a month.
Is that Tanjiro? Right? Yeah, because I saw the
favorite show.
No, as I'm talking to you, I saw it and I was like, oh shit, the checkers. And I was like, I'm stupid. I said San Diego, and you're like,
no, but it's that's the whole idea. Is like. I've always loved anime too. I just like over the years, like, I grew up like with no money, so I didn't have access to anime. I didn't really watch a lot of shows growing up. So our brand, we kind of it was a pandemic project. I did the clothing brand thing like a few times in the past, like when I was still living out here in San Diego, and then like a little bit after I left San Diego, but I just kind of got tired of trying to do it and stuff like that because like it takes a lot of work and then trying to figure all this stuff out. And I didn't really understand I understood clothing and like retail like to a certain extent, but I think after like I started working with like around people in the streetwear industry and then like sneaker industry and all that, I started to understand more how they market what they do. But even at that, I wasn't even trying to do anything. It just started as like a thing that I was making. Like during the pandemic, we had nothing to do. We were all stuck at home.
Right. Yeah,
and then I had a friend that I was working at that sneaker retailer with. I would watch his stories and stuff. So he was at home with his kids. They were tie-dyeing shirts and doing like bleach dye shirts, like Nike tees and like stuff like that. I was like, oh, that's dope. Mm-hmm. Let me do that. So I started doing that too. And then I started taking pictures of it and posting on my stories. And people were like, yo, how much are those? And I was like, no, I'm not selling none of these. This is for me.
Yeah.
They're like, are you going to make some to sell? I was like, no, this is too much work.
Right.
And then my best friend, he was working somewhere else at the time. So he would come over afterwards. I had like a lot of space in our front yard to like tie-dye and do all the stuff like that too. And he wanted to bring some of his shirts over. And then he was doing it. I was telling him how like, hey, people like my shirts or whatever, but they want to buy them. But I'm not trying to do all this. Too much work. And he's like, well, is it going to make money? I was like, well, people said they're willing to buy. He's like, well, I don't mind helping and doing it. Like, I like doing this shit. And then we just came up with Parks and Normal because it's a real street corner near in the La Mesa area. Like that was like the street corners that we kind of like met each other and grew up on. So we just called it that. It just sounded like a really like nice name, like bougie name. Yeah. It's probably the two most police called streets in La Mesa.
Right,
like the two worst streets.
I love it.
I was buying these hats from this brand that Dami Young put me on. Remember Dami Young? So he had this LA hat that it was like mashed up with like a bunch of different logos on it, but it had like Kobe and Nipsey and stuff around it. Like they had embroidered everything. I was like, oh, that shit is hard. Like, where'd you get it? So he kind of put me on game with them. So I bought hats from him. And then when I would come down here wearing these hats, some of the homies out here like, bro, look at you. You're LA boy now. Look at you wearing these LA hats. I'm like, all right, yeah, you're right. Let me go find some San Diego ones. And I went through to look for some, but there wasn't any. And at the time, I was kind of mad. But then at the same time, I was like, I don't expect any of these people or like Mitchell and Ness or New Era to understand the culture of San Diego. Yeah. It's gonna have to take someone from here to like do it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe that's the niche we can make as like our hat thing or whatever too. So I took like the old 98 Padres orange and blue and white hat, and then just put like a bunch of stuff that represented the city around. I had the Coronado Bridge on one side, the old trolley on the other side, and then like Tony Nguyen and like Jack Murphy's stamp, California Burrito, and like and the gas lamp sign all over the hat. And then we made a big amount of it, and then I just used like my knowledge from like working at that retailer and Taylor to like make like gifts and like gift it to like the most notable people around the city, like as like the most notable as I can, even like to Tony Gwynn Jr. Sent him some hats and sent everyone as many hats as I can that can get like some type of attention to the hat. So we decided to make the drop date on my birthday. No, we didn't tell anyone no significance, because the whole idea with the brand is no one knows who the fuck me or my partner is. It's just the brand. Like I don't want to be like, oh, that's the guy that owns this brand or whatever. Like I hate that. And I don't want to do that either, because that just gives more people access to you, more people trying to ask you for free shit, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And then and then also more people to hate you and not like you. So so what I did was we made that as a drop date. We put it at 6:19 a.m. to as when to drop for you to order online.
Love it.
2 months before, I just got laid off from that retailer because they wanted to move the whole team to another city, and I was like, I'm not moving. So they used that as an excuse to just let me go. So I'm just like, I'm already stressed and worried. Like, I have money stacked up, but I just like, damn, I got a job right now. I got to go back to like being independent, which I was planning on anyways. But it was just like, it just happened like all of a sudden. So like 2 months later, my birthday came around because I had put in like a time off to go to Hawaii for my birthday or whatever too. So we was out. I'd already paid for it, so I got laid off. But it's like, I still got to go anyways.
Got to go on vacation.
Yeah, whatever. I got to spend all this money I don't have now.
Yourself,
So, but it was like 2 months. So I just kind of got used to. All right, I'm back independent again. So we went out there. You know, I had fun. The night before my birthday, I went to sleep, and usually when I sleep, I keep my phone next to me. It was like 3 a.m. or something like that too. And then my phone was like buzzing a little bit, and you know, it buzzed a little too much. And you know, when you wake up, you're kind of discombobulated. I'm like, you know, like, so I was irritated. I took the phone, just slammed it on the counter, like, fuck. And then just did that. And then I just went back to sleep. And then like in my dream, in my head, I was just like, oh, I can't wait till these hats come out. It was like 5 minutes into the dream. And then I woke up, like just realized, wait, I'm on a different time difference. 3:19 a.m. is 6:19 in the West Coast. I'm in Hawaii. So I picked up the phone, looked at it. We sold out within 5 minutes. I'm like, holy shit. And once it sold out, we put out a post like, hey, sorry, we sold out. But luckily what we did was we put in an order for another more, you know, batch of hats or whatever. So we're going to do pre-orders from here until it sells out to the number that we had ordered. So we had put 250, and then we put pre-orders, and that was on a Monday. We sold out by Friday. Wow. And we were selling at 60 a pop. Now we're selling the same hat for like 45. By the time we sold at 60, but you know, everyone had their little stimmy money, and there was like their PPEs. So they were spending, but you know, like I mean, we've been cool since, but you know, like right now, like everyone isn't like spending as much. So we have to constantly come up with like, you know, like designs or whatever that will make people be like, I have to have it. But like our brand is basically just the shit that we like. We like sports and we like anime. So we'll do sports stuff and anime stuff where we mash them up. Like even like our anime stuff, we just started doing it barely last year. So it's trying to break into that world too to do it. Luckily, like we kind of jumped to the top because we met with like anime influencers and people in the industry that work in the industry like quickly, that we jumped to them first. So it was kind of easy to like send it to the right people. Now it's just building more and then going out to these anime events and showing like, hey, we're a brand too. And we don't make like regular stuff like you'd get at Hot Topic or a box lunch. Like you can really, if you're into streetwear and stuff like that, you can wear regular. Like, I'm dressed like regular with this. Like if people didn't know what anime was, there's that's a dope hat. But you know, what's an anime hat too?
That's sick, bro.
I know, and a sports hat.
And a sports hat in a sense, but it's like it gives that coolness to it without it being super nerdy. It's not too like overbearing.
True. And I like that it has like the like cheetah or something like on the top right
that's
here.
like his scar. It's like his scar on his forehead. So my partner came up with this design. So I just told him like
his scar.
It's his scar on but instead it's on his hat.
So, and then it's underneath is dope.
Exactly.
You said it's not out yet though, so this is like exclusive.
This I should put it in because the new season comes out today.
The 12th.
12th. Yeah, today. Damn, I gotta.
12th.
Yeah, I gotta send it in because we're waiting for our other one that we have is for the anime One Piece, which is a big one in the anime world. But we're waiting for that one to come in. It just our manufacturer's like really backed up right now, so like we just waiting. I got a bunch of other hats that we have waiting also, but we have like a bunch of designs already like preset ahead of time, but we're just like setting them in as they go.
So you send the designs and then they have the actual product,
right?
Or the hat.
So here's the thing about our hats, or any of our product. It's not like they just have blanks just sitting and we're just embroidering on it. Everything's all cut and sewed to how we make it. So like even the style and the symmetry of this hat, we created it because we wanted a hat where it had a big front face but like a lower back, so it sits like really nice, especially for people like especially women and people with a certain size heads, because women like we sell a lot of like the 5950 style flat brim hats, which is what the sports hats were, but women hate wearing those because of the flat brim, but they love the design, so but they'd rather have a curve. Because a curve, it fits a lot better on women's faces.
Exactly.
So that's why they'll take
a hat girl.
Yeah.
Person.
No, definitely.
I always wear a hat, and today I didn't wear a hat, but yeah.
No, but so that's why we created this design, because my partner loves the curved brim also. Like I didn't really care. I'll wear any hat, try to make it look good, but he wanted the curved brim. So once we started doing the curved brim, like it became a popular hat of ours as well.
That's cool.
Well, that's dope. I support you. I support you in it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll have to get some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yes, I am.
I have the address now, so I could just ship it to you guys.
I'm definitely get the anime one for my daughter because she's gonna probably.
We have 3 anime ones out right now. One for Jujutsu Kaisen, one for Attack on Titan, and then one for My Hero Academia. But it's specifically with a character.
You can make a Nezuko one.
A Nezuko one. We got to just make it. Yeah, we just got to make one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
to get it made.
That's her favorite.
Oh, Nezuko.
The whole room is.
Well, this is gonna have Nezuko on it, but I think when my partner drew this, he based it on the last season that came out.
Oh, okay.
So because he was wearing more black.
Not demon anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took her to
the movie.
movie?
So
I was sitting like.
So my boy,
she'll tell you everything. She knows everything.
They play the whole last season and then they go to the new season.
Exactly. They play like the last 2 episodes of the last season.
Is that a prequel then? Is that what the movie?
So no, they play the last two episodes.
Episodes of the because it's just an episode, but they make it like a movie length long.
Gotcha.
And that's what they did the last 2 times too. So my boy, our boy for that partner with us too. So he voices a character named Hawks from My Hero Academia. His name is Zena Robinson. Black voice actor, one of the top voice actors in the game too.
That's what's up.
He did a collab with us, so we did his character. But he also is the voice on Demon Slayer too. He voices Genya, the one with the gun.
Oh,
the one with the scar. The one with the, he voices him also. He voices a lot of characters. Like he was in.
You'd be surprised how voice actors they could be like 30 people, in like one episode, and they have all different voices. It's
like he's voicing in video. Like I don't know if you played the recent Street Fighter that came out.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's like it came out in the last year, I think. Street Fighter 6. So he voices
the movie.
No, game.
The game.
So he voices games too. You can voice. You voice everything. The game. He voices DJ, the Jamaican dude. Yeah, he voices him too. Like we went to Japan together last year to shoot some of these hats and his collection out there. Just like we use it as like our business trip.
I was about to ask you went to Japan.
Yeah,
I know.
It was a business trip, but we went out there. But what's crazy is that because he met with like Capcom and some of the people out there while he was out there. But we didn't think he would get recognized. He got recognized like 4 or 5 times out there already.
Wow.
And then we went into like a random like anime store that had like 6 floors of like anime stuff. The top floor they did like a whole activation promo for the new Street Fighter game, and I see his character up there too. But he's downstairs like shopping with our homegirl and some friends, and I texted him. I was like, "Hey, bring your ass up here right now." And then he came up there. He's like, "Oh!" And then he was looking around. He was just playing. We're just acting like casual. And then I went over to. I was like, "I bet you I'll get you a free shirt out of this watch." And then I went up to the guy at the counter that was running the floor, and I because we didn't speak the same language, so I had to type it in Google Translate and showed it to him. Like what? Like that guy right there plays DJ, and he's looking. He's like, "Oh!" And then he was just like, he did his face, and he went looked it up. He's like, "Oh!" And then like. They went, asked him for his autograph, took a picture and all that. And then he bought some stuff, and then they threw him a free shirt. And I didn't even ask. I was just joking around.
Yeah.
I didn't even ask him. And then when we left, I was like, "See, didn't I say I'll get you a free shirt?" He's like, "You did. You got to be my manager now." I was like, "No, that's too much work. I'm not managing no one."
Resources relationships are the best way,
right?
And then a little bag.
The little bag could be a little even smaller if those relationships you plug up in are good. Like if you meet the right people, they can get you a hookup for a lot lower than what other people pay for.
Exactly.
It's just you just have to, like I said, you have to have a good mouthpiece. You have to know how to talk to people and keep that relationship, even if it doesn't relation doesn't look good. Just keep staying in people's good graces.
Yo, for sure, man. Well, man, hey, tell them where they can find you, follow you at, and stuff like that. You know what I
mean? I'm Yellow Nguyen. If you know how to spell that, if your girl gets her nails done, her last name is probably that. So it's letter I am Yellow Nguyen on every platform. Same thing. Yes.
Okay. And what about your business?
Parks and normal, everything. Parks and even TikTok. We have a TikTok, but we rarely are on it as much as we should. But yeah, we got that too.
Have it in the next few months or not?
No, they have till the end of they have till the top of 2025 to figure it out.
Yeah,
but they're trying to sue. So
and all that stuff. So it may linger and linger.
Yeah.
You never know.
All right. Man. In the meantime,
yo, it's your boy Charles on the beat.
It's your girl Miss Bree.
It's your boy girl Yellow.
You just pulled up to the chop shop.
Skirt.
Monster on the beat, ho, Debo, any rap nigga, he a freak throw, man down, call her Amber Lambs, tell him breathe, bro, nail a nigga to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton? The industry can hate me, fuck them all and they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watches.